But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Maybe it's here, maybe it's there, I don't know. We do have game number 1 loaded up though and spawning in the bottom left. In the red, he is from Germany and big esports, ShoWTimE. Wait. Okay.
His opponents in the blue. In the top right side, it is the Russian player from Cascade Esports, SKillous. Another Russian dangerous individual.
Absolutely. We all remember the games that SKillous played, was it Winter, where he pretty much topped his group for quite a while. He just really looked good. Not quite doing as well here in this in DreamHack Summer, but certainly he has the ability, and it's PvP. Literally anything can happen. We might even see a Zergling on the map.
Yeah, you would still expect ShoWTimE to kind of get on top of this one, right? Just overall standing wise and maybe experience, but the few times that I was watching ShoWTimE stream, and I have a friend that watched it a lot more, I always heard that he doesn't really like this matchup all that much. He doesn't favorite it. He does seem to think that it's a lot of just kind of, kind of rock, paper, scissors, and a lot of chance kind of involved.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. So looking at the standings here as we set the stage for the series just a little bit, ShoWTimE is 3rd place in his group, right? He's 4-1. Unfortunately, neither MaxPax nor Hero Marine have dropped a series, dropped a map. Well, MaxPax has not dropped a map. Hero Marine has dropped 1, so they got them pretty high up. And SKillous is in 4th place. Right, he's not in a bad spot, but he is 3-2, and his map score is +0. So even if SKillous does win this series because of how the tiebreakers work, it goes to map score, I believe, before it goes to head-to-head. So yes, even if SKillous here goes to 4-2 with ShoWTimE as well, ShoWTimE's still going to be in 3rd place. But, well, that does mean that SKillous has the potential to increase his map score a little bit, keep him safe from the likes of a Geralt or a really more of a Stefano making a run into the top 4. But when we look at this group in general, right? Group B, it's by far the most straight one. We talked about having a couple, +9 and then +0 in Group A, but Group B, you got a couple 5-0s, fine. A 3-2 player, cool. A 4-1 player, cool. And then it's just 1-4, right? 1-4, 0-5. The difference between the players that are in the playoffs right now and the players that are not in the playoffs right now in terms of series score is rather significant. So SKillous, he wants to win this series, but it's not quite as significant as, say, Gung Fu Banda 2-0ing Clem.
Yeah, that one was very significant because it just flipped the entire scoreboard upside down there for a couple of players. So still though, quite an interesting one. ShoWTimE moving back with most of his forces right now. He's getting ready with that Robo on the way. There's not a single sentry for him available so far, and he's still making more adepts as well. It's gone up to like 6 adepts so far.
Yeah, so it looks like in this game, the 6 adept opener is a rather popular one, especially 8 adepts actually. Excuse me. This is something that players like SKillous in particular really like to do, where they say, "Yeah, what if I just take you with 8 adepts? Even a wall is not going to help because, well, you drop the wall at the last second. I kill it off. I get into the main base, and ideally, also we're going to catch some stalkers in the middle of the map. But ShoWTimE." He is Demour. I'm sorry, whatever. This is ShoWTimE doing. I could have sworn you said SKillous was making 8 adepts.
Nope, ShoWTimE.
My entire narrative is flawed.
The wall became the spear here. Oh, there's not even an attempt to block it off. Okay, there's a cybernetic score. Desperately being thrown in the way so the adepts can't get on the probes. So far, a good response from SKillous, to be fair. Gonna lose a couple in that natural, but it's only 3.
Yeah, no need to lose anything in the natural if you don't have anything in the natural. SKillous with a really good pull there. And you know what? I mean, these adepts, they're not going to complete, right? There are, what is that, 6 stalkers, 2 sentries. They're not going to get a lot done. Actually, I think 7 stalkers. They're not going to get a lot done. Yes, they are forcing SKillous to stay in the main base. Yes, they are forcing SKillous to not mine from his natural. But ShoWTimE, he wanted a little bit more. He wants to do more than just put a little bit of map pressure on. And I mean, to his credit, he has lost nothing. Over the course of this game, looks like he had to cancel something, but that's about it. And here, we got round 2 coming in. We have a Warp Prison, but SKillous is ready. He's already got a couple stalkers here.
Yeah, he was looking for it. The Warp Prism still gets by in a reasonable position here. So these 4 Adepts, they could start targeting down those probes. The other Adepts coming into the natural. It looks like SKillous is aware of that possibility and has his forces there already as well.
But still, 6 workers.
Probes.
Yeah, 6 workers, absolutely a valuable price here. And SKillous, he's now down 8 workers, give or take.
Yeah, and ShoWTimE only lost 2 Adepts so far, which is pretty impressive as well, but with how long all those Adepts were inside of SKillous's base.
And it's kind of funny, we're looking at this, we're like, yeah, ShoWTimE, he's not getting anywhere near the amount of damage he was looking for, right? It's just not enough. And then, well, he gets 8 workers, and in a PvP,
yeah,
that's actually so significant, right? Any mirror matchup, if you can get 1 worker ahead of your opponent, it's a coup. If you get 5, 6, 7 workers, well, especially when you have a 3rd base faster. Actually, no, never mind. SKillous is slightly faster, but if you can do that and still kind of maintain some level of tech parity, you're in a really good spot. And ShoWTimE, he's got a army lead, he's got a worker lead, he's got an income lead. He's feeling pretty happy.
Yeah, now leading this army towards the 3rd base of SKillous, and with the strength that it has, I mean, those 2 Immortals in particular, it doesn't seem like there's a real answer to it here for SKillous, and he's just gonna have to cancel this base. There's nothing else he can do about it. It's a rough one. ShoWTimE, he could just go back home right now and be a happy camper, but will he attempt to keep on pushing? Okay, it's gonna move backwards here. Perfectly fine, right? Just getting himself even further ahead, and then not wagering the bet whether or not he could finish his opponent off right away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he gets the 3rd base, right? He already had an eco lead. This means he's going to have an even bigger one. He has a marginal +1 advantage. Again, it's not going to matter because that's how PvP works. +1, it's not an inflection point. Not really. Especially when both opponents have blink. It's like, yeah, I need a turtle up. I'm going to get to 70 workers. Then we'll talk. And I like this from SKillous. When we talk about the pointy dark building, Kozan, what did the wise man once say?
Well, when behind, you make the pointy building.
Exactly. When behind a dark shrine. And that's exactly what SKillous is doing. It makes sense. What he's got to do, right? His 3rd base is much later. He lost a lot of workers. Now he's down 9 workers. And yeah, he's got charged a little bit in advance of his opponent, sure, but he needs to do some sort of equalizing damage.
Yeah, definitely something here. It doesn't seem like ShoWTimE will overcommit anytime soon anyway, right? That could be another possibility for SKillous to kind of equalize this out if he has like a lot of shield batteries and then ShoWTimE tries to push in that, doesn't quite work out, takes a bad fight. And SKillous kind of gets himself value that way, but it's not something I see ShoWTimE doing very quickly. He is a perfectionist when it comes down to, you know, the game overall. He will criticize every single unit placement.
That he will.
And yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, for him to start pushing into a very well-fortified position with shield batteries and such, I don't know if he will.
I mean, it
might have the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a 30 army supply lead, though. Yes, it is well defended. Yeah. Yes, there are 4 shield batteries here. Yes, there is going to be a shield battery overcharge if necessary, but it's 30 army. It's 40 army supply now. Like, that is...
Yeah.
Quantity, sometimes it beats quality, and honestly, the quality is roughly equivalent. Actually, the quality is better here for ShoWTimE as well. I mean, there are immortals, there are a lot more charge slots. This is just an army that, yeah, okay, there we go. Shield battery overcharge is going to get popped and stalker. They just playing on top of it immediately, and that's all that SKillous really had to deal with this, right? Sure, you got a couple more shield batteries, but there's not enough here to heal that many stalkers, and they're just running out of energy immediately. We got the flanks coming on in. Yeah, some disruptor shots, but they're not even going to find center mass. Nothing at all. SKillous is going to lose his 3rd base, and I think with it, he's going to lose this game.
Doing a little bit of counter-attack damage with those Dark Templars, but yeah, it's just rough. No response still for the main advancement here of ShoWTimE. Disruptor on the top side does get taken out as well. 1 more Disruptor remains. Let's see if it gets a good shot. 3 Stalkers, it's something, but there's still so much left. GG is called. ShoWTimE taking game number 1.
That he did, and now, well, you know, the last series, it was so powerful. Forced me to take a seat. I had to sit down. I couldn't handle the hype anymore. But now, we don't have an upset brewing just yet.
Yep.
Unfortunately. I was hoping this was going to be the day of upsets, and who knows, game 2 may be different, but I mean, ShoWTimE, he took that game by the horns and never let it go. Sat there, did damage early. Yeah. Okay, third base, I'm going to cancel yours. Game's over, right? I'm not going to give you a chance to get back into this game, and that's what you like to see from someone who is maybe not a favorite to win this tournament, not when we have the triumvirate of Cyril, Raynor, Clem, and maybe MaxPax. But certainly, favorite to make top 8, favorite to make a run on it, favorite to take maps off of these top players. And,
Sure.
SKillous just not quite there.
Yeah, SKillous, he's kind of on the verge, right? Where it's kind of on the point where you start to consider him as one of the best, but then not just quite yet. And maybe 1 or 2 good tournament results that would be enough for me to really start thinking differently about him in that sense. But yeah, ShoWTimE just so incredibly well established already. We know what he can do, and he's showing it here once again.
That he is. And well, game number 2, it's going to be on a bit bigger of a map. It's going to be on Romanticide. Why do I always get caught into that? I'm like, yeah, we're going to one of our big maps. It's got to be a bigger map. But last map was 2,000 atmospheres. I get stuck in this heuristic. And well, it's a fun time. Anyway, we do have game number 2 loaded on up. ShoWTimE's got that 1-0 lead. Let's get into things. And here we are, spawning in the bottom right in the blue for Cascade Esports. Well, hoping to take us to game number 3. He is SKillous.
His opponent in the top left side, the red Protoss fighting for Team Big. It is ShoWTimE.
So here's my question, Kozan. There is a build that MaxPax has been a big fan of. He's been pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and doing it a lot on maps like Romanticide here. Do we see a single gate expand from either player? Now, it looks like we don't because of the gateway position. So I guess I answered my own question. Kozan, you're a genius. Thank you so much for telling me about how it's going to go.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, it's just a thing I do, regular day for me. I'm just always wondering how much gas is going to be mined here overall. Only 2 so far, just maximizing that mineral uptick so at this moment.
Yep. Well, no expand just yet, but I mean that's not unexpected, right? I think ShoWTimE, I mean, look, he went for that 8 adept build in game number 1. He got damage done. But I don't expect to see anything like that in game number 2, right? I think in the context of this series and context of how this entire group is, there is really not a lot of onus on ShoWTimE to do anything. Well, actually, as I think about that, we're talking about whether SKillous can eclipse ShoWTimE. What we also should be looking at is whether ShoWTimE can actually find himself into top 2, which he can, by the way, because MaxPax and Hero Marine are set to play next. One of these players will go to 5-1. MaxPax, he's got +10. He does not drop to single map. Hero Marine is at +9. So if ShoWTimE does 2-0 this, which he might, if Hero Marine loses, right? Hero Marine goes somewhere between +7, +8. ShoWTimE would take second place if Hero Marine gets 2-0'd and ShoWTimE wins this 2-0. It's not a foregone likelihood, of course, and it requires ShoWTimE to rely on the whims of fate just a little bit, but there is an opportunity here for ShoWTimE to find himself in top 2 at the end of the play day today, which is going to be a wonderful position for him to be in going into the final couple days of group stage.
Yeah, it's always a bit better to have that higher up position, of course. And you know what, ShoWTimE here so far, I mean, he's completing his part of that bargain. Just needs to get this one victory here. Dark Shrine from SKillous, by the way. Is that hidden on the map? No, it is just on the main base here. The pylon will be available across the map, though.
Yeah, it looks like
before that warping.
Nah, not that far away here. And we just have the probe going on in saying, yes, I'm scouting. No, nothing to worry about for me here. I've not put anything on the map. I'm just making sure you're not taking
I'm a normal probe.
Oh, absolutely. My name is Probius. I have saved worlds. Ooh, look at this, though. It's not just DT aggression. It's adept aggression into DT aggression here. So the goal here is like, yes, ShoWTimE, build things that deal with adepts. Don't build observers. Don't do anything like that. No, just deal with my adepts. You got to deal with that. And the adepts are okay. There's I like this too. It's gonna be a cyber core wall, not a pylon, not anything like that. That is gonna make it so much easier here. Actually, it means SKillous won't be able to find its way on into the main base at all. And ShoWTimE already, I mean, he's showing why his walls are superior. He's showing why his nickname is what's there.
Yep, he is the real wall indeed. Looking pretty smooth with these stalkers as well, starting to really pick away at those adepts and trading properly, showing SKillous how it's done, right? He's like, well, you know what, I just did this to you, but not only can I do it better, I can defend against it better as well. Now, the next question, of course, will be those DTs. Observe already here. Fantastic stuff there for ShoWTimE. Archon being morphed in, but with the shield battery there. Probes on the way in case they do need to be pulled. It's once more looking as a wonderful position for ShoWTimE here.
Yeah, I want SKillous to do well because he has a really cool style of mid-game, late-game PvP if he gets there, where kind of him and Hailraise are both. They don't like to go and tech up to, you know, disruptors and whatever. I mean, if you gotta, but if he is in a position where he feels comfortable, he really likes to play this style where, you know, it's Blink Stalkers and Charge Slash and just two armies everywhere on the map at once and just really taking it to their opponent, right? We saw something similar with Christiana versus Vanya, but SKillous likes to do this in PvP. And when it works, the man looks like an artist. When it doesn't work, well, I guess he looks more like a Picasso. And, you know, well, I guess Picasso is an artist too, but it's not quite as elegant, right? It doesn't work out quite as well, and he only sees success in it after his death in the game. And now ShoWTimE, well, he's doing something standard. Blink is on the way, +1, about halfway done. He's got his third base on the way. He's pretty happy with how things have gone. He's like, yeah, your DT's got nothing. Your Adept's got nothing. I've done implicit damage by not taking damage.
It's good enough. Sometimes, in some cases, you can just freak your opponent out as well, right? Sometimes that is just the best way to win games as well. Just making your opponent think you're doing something and then just, you know, no, I'm just taking more bases. So far though, both these guys going along a similar track along the tech tree. We're seeing Blink though being chosen for ShoWTimE, and SKillous immediately going for the charge upgrade. He has the DTs available, of course, so we'll be able to establish that arc on the Zealot army very quickly. ShoWTimE still producing these Immortals there. Not the greatest tool against a Zealot Archon army, but the Blink Stalker should be able to pick up on this as long as he's being active with them, of course.
Yeah, I mean, and look at this. You talk about that Charizard Archon army. This is not a SKillous saying, this is my late game tech, right? I'm gonna take a fourth base, whatever. No, this is a two base all in here from SKillous, right? He does not have a third base on the way, much less done. He's getting a bunch of Zealots warping on in. He has a bunch of Archons here. He's a couple of Mortals. He's just looking to hope against hope that ShoWTimE has maybe overcommitted to things that are not defense. But look at this. We have 2 shield batteries done. A third one is on the way. We have Immortals here. Blink is done. +1 is done as well for ShoWTimE. So it's not like SKillous has an upgrade advantage. This is going to be a difficult push here for SKillous to accomplish, right? This is a hard spot for him to break ShoWTimE at.
Yeah, and this is going to be the attempt. It doesn't look like it's going to be all that favorable for SKillous here. Those Stalkers with a massive concave, good numbers there as well. Waiting to see this fight taking place on the further removed from the Nexus and the shield battery. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan, but ShoWTimE does manage to retreat once again. The attack from SKillous commences now with more Zealots to try and guide those Archons in. But again, there's just so much here for ShoWTimE. His army supply is still kind of growing here. SKillous now is starting to diminish.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I think we're gonna have to 2-0.
Unfortunately here for SKillous, ShoWTimE thriving in the limelight here. As SKillous, well, he's tried his hardest, but his all-in did not work. His DTs did not work. Nothing really has been working for him in this game. Warp Prism will go on down. SKillous, he's going to get 2-0. Now ShoWTimE, he is really hoping that MaxPax is his friend, that his Protoss brethren is able to take that series 2-0.